Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can able to see.
Okay, that's fine. Right, let me start the virtual machine. Okay, so in the yesterday's class we have discussed about authentication, authorization, right? Authentication and authorization, principal, securables, right? What is meant by securable? What is a securable?
The resource which we are going to access,
Okay,
which is called
okay. What is meant by principal?
who are
Those who are
accessing those resources is called are
Okay,
called a principal.
okay. Now tell me, login is a principal or securable? A SQL login is a
again is
principal or securable?
Principal, right, sir?
Principal. Who
principal, sir.
is yeah, okay? Who is the securable in SQL Server? What may be the securables in SQL Server?
All
SQL
Database.
objects
Server
like stored procedures,
database.
tables.
Okay,
All the resources, database.
okay,
Database tables.
okay. Very good.
Databases.
Yeah. All the resources,
Schemas.
tables, databases, stored blocks, what resources you are using, what resources the users are using, all the resources we can call them as a securables. Okay, all the people who are accessing the resources, we can call them as a principals. Okay, all right, clear. How many types of logins we have?
Two types, Windows
Okay,
and SQL Server.
okay. So what is the difference between those two?
In Windows, you don't have to give any credentials, but with the SQL Server, you have to give username and the password.
Okay, yes, okay, good. Let me check the IP address. 104. Okay, so whenever you create a login and whenever you give access on any database, what will be created in the database?
User is
Again.
created.
Okay,
Oh no.
user will be created. Okay, whenever you give access to the specific login on any specific database, automatically a user will be created on the database. So on behalf of this login, okay, the user is going to do the read and write operations. Okay, fine, right? If someone deleted the user, in such case, the login cannot access the database. He cannot pull the data or else he cannot write the data to the database, right? So how many logins we can create in a SQL Server?
32767.
32,767.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. So we can create 32,767 logins. Fine. How
Yeah.
many users we can create in a database?
Same.
Mhm.
Same, sir. Same.
Very
Same.
good. Very good. Good. Right. So we can create 32,767 users and 32,767 logins. Okay. Each login. Okay. You can create, say, in case if you added each a single login on 32,767 databases. Okay. 32,767 users will be created. Why? Because one user will be created on each database. So automatically the count will be 32,000 for a single login. 32,767 users will be created, and you can create maximum of 32,767 logins in the SQL Server, right?
I just have a question here
Yes,
from the yesterday session.
yes, yes.
So when someone access, SQL Server,
Mhm.
so in company generally we have SU accounts, CA accounts with elevated access. That's how
Yes,
we access Windows Server, right? And
yes,
then thereafter the further application. So
yes,
eventually, if someone have Windows access, then they would be, if someone have SU account or CA account, those account already have permissions on those servers, right? And
yes.
by default, you would be able to access SMS, if it's, on specific server. But
Yes.
when you say users, you just kind of keep on saying users. So these users, you are meaning of, the developer team, because they don't have access to the back end of the SQL server, or, users, maybe external, who are seeing the front end, not the back end. So what you mean exactly by the user? Because generally, people like DBA and other people, they already have access. Then except then DBA, only people who would need access to the front, the SSMS would be just, developer team, because if they want to do something. And except then that, who else would want to have access of this SQL Server management system?
Yes, yes, Honey. Okay, so the answer is it depends upon the application. Users means simply whether they are external users or internal users, that doesn't matter to us. Those who are authorized to access the resources, he is a user. Either he's a client, okay, he's a customer, he's an internal customer, he's an external customer, he's an external client, whatever. If he is an authorized person, that's why yesterday we have discussed authorization and authentication. If
Yeah.
he is eligible to access those resources, that means he's an authorized person, right? So in case if he's an authorized user to the database, then he may be a user. We can call him as a user. So
Okay.
users may be internal users may be an external users.
Right.
Got it? Yeah, those who
Yeah.
for like they are going to get the approvals from the manager. As a DBA, we cannot resist them. No, 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 you are external customer. I don't give access to you.
Yeah.
What is the problem to you? Like that, they will ask, what is the problem? I got an approval. What is the problem to
Yeah.
you to give the access? So user is an authorized person, those who can access the database.
Okay.
Okay, so users may be external users may be internal users. In case if he is an authorized user, he can connect to the SQL server when if we create a login in the SQL server and if we give
And
necessary permissions on the databases.
yes, and if somebody is using it, SSMS from the Windows server, we don't have to, individually give them access to each database, because by default they would be able to access them, right?
Come again?
Like, for example, if someone have access to Windows server and our SSMS is, our SQL server is inside that server. So for that person, we don't have to create, separate logins for individual databases. Like they can just by default access those databases, right?
So
If someone is accessing,
yes,
SQL server from the server side.
yes. 1 minute. Okay. Can anyone give the answer to Ani's question? Ani is saying, in case if I'm able to access the Windows server, I'll directly access the SQL server.
No,
This is
actually not.
true or false?
Yeah, asking for the database permission.
No, I'm just asking if someone can access Windows Server
Yeah.
and our SQL Server is inside the Windows Server, right?
Yes.
But we are creating logins, if someone have, that SSMS on, machine,
Mhm.
as in generally, installed on a local machine. But as we are accessing it from the, as in DBA, if you are accessing it from the server side, then by default, you would be able to access all the databases, or DBA, need to get different access for the databases as well, or it's
need
gonna
to
be by default.
we need to give the permissions like data reader, data writer,
That is
DB
different permissions.
owner.
Wait, we didn't
It's just,
discuss
I'm
those
just asking
permissions.
from the server side. I'm just asking from the server side if someone is accessing it from the server.
So your question is if someone can access the Windows server, he can directly access the SQL server, right?
Because that is inside the, Windows server, and we are accessing the server by elevated access. Yes, that's the question.
Yes. So Honey is saying if I'm having access on Windows machine, I can access the SQL server. This is true or false?
It's true.
It's
True,
true.
Only.
sir. True, sir.
True.
No, we
If
cannot.
you want to change, if you want to change the database, again he has to
Forget about
get
the
permission.
database. Forget about the databases first. This is 104 machine. Honey is having access to the 104 machine. Okay. 192.168.0.104. Honey is direct access to the 104 machine. A SQL server is already installed in this 104 machine. can Honey connect to the SQL server or not?
If you have login, you can, sir. You can.
If I
No,
can
sir,
log,
no.
if I can log in
No,
into
sir.
104, I can connect to the SQL server, right?
SQL server.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is
Yes.
what your answer, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the answer is wrong. Okay, yesterday itself, no, forget about the activator and all. Yesterday itself, I told you, don't think like if you have access to the Windows machine that you will have access to the SQL server. Otherwise, Windows people also can access the Windows machine for the maintenance purpose. Can all Windows people can connect to my SQL server? In such case, where is the security?
Need to create the login, right?
Very good. We have to create the login. If Honey is a
Yes.
member of in the
That's the
logins list,
question.
if Honey is in the SQL server logins list, then only Honey can connect to the instance. Otherwise, if Honey is a sysadmin in the Windows machine level, Honey is an administrator for this 104 machine. In case if Honey is an administrator for this 104 machine, she cannot access the SQL server until a login is created in the SQL server for Honey. I gave you the example Gmail. Gmail, in case
Yes,
you
sir.
don't have
Yes, sir.
account in the Gmail, how can you log into the Gmail? Logging into the, see, opening Gmail, that doesn't give you an access, right? Gmail, everyone can access it. Everyone can open gmail.com. Everyone can open. Those who are having internet connection, everyone can open the Gmail. But that doesn't mean that you will have access on Gmail. Your login should be created in the Gmail. The password should be there. Password and login should match. Then only you can log into the Gmail. In the same way, people, those who are having access on Windows machine, don't think like they all can connect to the SQL server. They all can access the SQL server. No. If your login is created in the SQL server, then only you can connect to the SQL server. Clear, Honey?
Yeah, that makes sense. So it doesn't matter whether you're logging in from
Yes,
the Windows or
yes,
from the normal machine as well.
yes.
You need login for
Login.
to connect. But
Yes.
obviously, when you log in from the server, then you
Yes.
do have elevated permissions.
Yes,
That's
that's
the
true.
difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I just got confused, when you were explaining yesterday as well, and then I went through and I
Yes.
was still confused what exactly was happening there. So yeah, thanks.
No,
Thanks
yeah,
for answering my question.
yeah, no problem. Okay, just give me a minute. Why I'm unable to connect. My internet is not good. Just a minute. You will have some disconnection. Again, you are going to reconnect. Don't worry. Right. Okay, so today we'll see, okay, how to create a login, how to create a SQL login, how to create a Windows login, okay, how to give access on databases and all. We'll discuss in today's session. Okay, so what is the prerequisite in case I want to create a Windows login? I want to create a Windows login. What is the prerequisite?
Request.
Windows. Yesterday we have
Approvals.
discussed it, right? Yes, approvals, that's fine. Yeah, apart from approvals, yesterday we have discussed, if you remember the diagram, for Windows login there is a prerequisite. What is the prerequisite for Windows login?
The member the firm itself in the either in the directory or you can just
Yes,
create
very
a
good.
login.
Yes, very good. A user should be there in the Windows level or in the Active Directory level. Whenever a user is there, say for example, I am trying to, okay, see, let me open the diagram so that you will have better clarity.
In organization, the Windows users be like they only create, right, Anna?
Sorry,
The Windows create.
sorry.
In the organization, Windows people only will create, right? We don't need to create everything for
Yeah.
CD
Windows users,
level.
Windows users will be created by the Windows people. Okay. Don't worry about that. I'll
Okay.
explain. Okay, I'll explain. Okay, don't worry about it. Yes. Okay. If you see this diagram, okay. Yeah. So I want to create a Windows login. Okay. So Windows user, either he should be created in the Windows machine level or else he should be created in the Active Directory level. That is the prerequisite for creating a Windows login in the SQL Server. In case you want to create a Windows login, first of all, the prerequisite is either the Windows user has to be created in the Windows level, Windows machine level, or Active Directory level. Usually in the organization, okay, users will be created in the Active
And
Directory level. All the users,
just a
yes.
question.
Yes.
When you say Windows level, you mean on the local machine?
Yes, local machine. Windows level means local Windows server, not your laptop. Windows server.
Windows Server. So we are creating user in Active Directory only. So what are the other ways?
Either you can create a user in the Windows server or Active Directory. Usually in the organization, the user will be created in the Active Directory only, not in the Windows
Yes, sir.
servers.
So
Okay.
I never seen anything doing the Windows because we generally create logins in the Active Directory.
That's fine. But as of now, we don't have Active Directory setup, right? So that's why I'm creating a user in the Windows level.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. Users mostly in the organization will be created in the Active Directory level only. We don't create individual users in the Windows machine directly. Okay, it's not a good
So
practice.
here you would be, here you would be creating a user locally, but on a server.
Yes, on a server. Later we'll have a
Yeah.
discussion on Active Directory. Then I'll create a user in the Active Directory level. Okay, just for understanding purpose, I'm creating a user in the Windows server, local Windows server. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so first of all, I want to create a Windows login. What is the prerequisite? Why? Because this is a Windows user. This should be there either in the Windows machine or else in the Active Directory level. As of now, we don't have Active Directory setup, right? So that's why, just to show you, okay, I'm creating a user in the Windows level, but usually in the organization, all the users will be created in the Active Directory. I'll tell you what is meant by Active Directory, how to create an Active Directory, how to configure an Active Directory. Okay, what is the uses of the Active Directory? Everything we'll discuss in the next coming classes, right? So now what I have to do, first of all, okay, I want to create a login, Windows login, right? So I told you, right, the prerequisite, the Windows user will be created either in the machine, Windows machine level or Active Directory level. So now I'll create a user in the Windows machine as we don't have Active Directory. How to create a user? Go to server, okay, open the shortcut lusr-mgr.msc. Again, creating these users is not your headache. Windows people will take care of it. Okay, your headache is simply once the user is created, Windows people will let us know. Then simply we have to create a SQL login. I mean, like Windows login in the SQL server. Okay, so as of now, we are the Windows team, we are the network team, we are the, okay, we upstream everything. Like in our practice, we don't have any other people help, right? So that's why we have to know each and everything, how to create the users, how to do these kind of things and all. So now I'm creating a user in the Windows level.
Yes, sir, I
Yes,
have just.
yes,
Yes,
tell
sir.
me.
Thank you. Actually, here, do we want to make user as admin or no need?
It depends. Okay, in case usually depends upon the requirement. All the DBS will be local admins. Okay, all the
Okay,
DBS
okay.
usually they are members of local admin group. Why? Because we have to maintain lot of maintenance activities, right? Like cleaning the drives, installing the SQL servers,
Yes.
or deleting the instances. So which needs local admin privileges. So remember, all the people, usually all the DBA people, usually they are local admins. I'll tell you how to add you into the local admin group and all. Okay, as of now, don't worry. So usually
Yes.
I am, as of now, I'm just creating a normal user. Okay, I'm not going to add him into the local
Okay.
admin.
Okay.
Yeah, later I'll show you how to
Yes.
add him into the local admin. Okay, right.
Anna,
Okay.
hello.
Yes, yes.
లోకల్ అడ్మిన్ అన్న సిస్ అడ్మిన్ యాక్సెస్ అన్న ఒకటినా?
That is different. This is different. Local admin means in the Windows level, that is a local admin. Sysadmin means in the SQL Server level, that is sysadmin. Okay. Local admin is completely different. Sysadmin is completely different. Usually the terminology is local admin and sysadmin both are same, but in the SQL Server it is somewhat different. Okay. Sysadmin means we have a separate login sysadmin, that is like sysadmin in the SQL level. Okay. Local admin is administrator in the Windows machine level. Okay. Right. So
In Windows we don't require it.
we don't need local admin. We don't need means this user don't need local admin, but usually DBS would be local admins. Again, don't worry guys. Okay. Windows people will add you into the local admin. You forget about all these things. Okay. You won't get a chance to add yourself into local admin group. Why? Because you cannot make yourself as an admin. Windows people will add you into the local admin group. As of now, local admin discussion is not needed. Okay. Forget about it. Right. You are going to get confused. Right. Fine. Let me create a simple user in the Windows machine level. Okay. How to create a user? Just open to the go to your server, open run, type lusr_mgr.msc. L means local, usr means user, mgr means manager, local user manager.msc. Now you can see the screen. Okay. Users and groups. As I want to create a user, go to the user section, double click on it, right click on it, new user. Okay. I'm giving some. Okay. Let me give you like this. Okay. Okay, I'll create okay a login with my name. Okay, Sean. Okay, I'm going to give the password. Okay, I told you right, give a strong password and remember this password. Don't change the password in different scenarios. Again, you are going to get confused that you will forget the password. It will be difficult situation. Okay, right. User must change the password at next login. Usually this check will be enabled. Okay, whenever Windows people are creating. Why? Because imagine I am creating a login for you. Okay, I only gave the password, right? So what is the usage of this check? As I know your password, okay, as I know your password, I can misuse the password. There is a chance of misusing the password. So what I can do, if I check this option, you remember it or not, whenever you are registering in some of the websites, they are going to give you some OTP before register. Once you just log in with your OTP, immediately you will get a screen. Please change the password. Okay. Or else you forgot one password, Gmail password, you just forgot. Then you're trying to reset the password. Gmail will send you password reset link. Whenever you click on the password reset link, immediately it will ask you password, enter password, confirm password, right? So as I know your password, those who are creating the users in the Windows level, as they will know your password, if you check this option, whenever you're trying to log into that particular machine with this default password, immediately you will get a screen to change the password. Then once you change the password, then only it will let you enter into the Windows machine. So in such case, you have to definitely change the password. I can create one password, but at the time of login using the same password, it will ask you to change the password. So there is no use of this default password. Whenever you're trying to log in, automatically it will ask you to change the password. So immediately the password is going to be changed by the user. So those who are creating your password, now they cannot use your password. Is it clear? User must change password at next login option. Is it clear? Any doubts, any issues? Clear,
Yes,
right?
sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now, yeah, let me uncheck this option. I don't want to check that option. Let me check this option. User cannot change password. Password never expires. Let me create. Now the user is created. Okay. Now the user is created. Fine. As discussed, a user should be there to create a Windows login. Right now we have created the user. Now go to the server again. I want to create a Windows login. Expand the security, logins, new login. Okay. Right. So you will get this window.